Okay, this is going to be the auto screen. So the auto screen goes like this. You just input the number of liters you want to brew. Let's say we're going to brew 100 liters. You go ahead and input that. Let's say we're going to brew that over 3 hours. Actually, we'll say 5 hours. We input that. And let's say we're using 25 kg of coffee. We input that. Now this pre-infusion we'll talk about later, but it's a matter of mixing water in with the coffee prior to putting it into the brewer. So you press yes, you're going to pre-infuse, and then see how it switched to liters, and then I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to pre-infuse, just for example, with say 35 liters. Enter. Okay, so now I've entered all the fields in the auto menu, and then I go to run. Okay, and as soon as I went to run, you could hear the auto shutoff turn on. So it went ahead and turned it on. Now you can see a couple things going on here. One, this is our target milliliters per minute. This is the current because I have the valve turned off. And you can see how the time stopped. So the time is actually real time. So only when the unit is sensing flow does the timer work. And then we have our total dispense and our extraction ratio. So I'll go ahead and turn it on, and you can see how the averaging program works. So you can see me turning this switch, or turning this valve. And so the averaging program has got to allow for some steadiness in the reading, but also allow for making adjustments on the valve and seeing a difference. So you can kind of see how the reading, based on our current program, jumps around a little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and put that one in there. Pam, could you help me maybe bring this over and make sure that that doesn't... Sorry. Okay. Alright. So you can see how we're trying to dial in our flow rate. And it jumps around a little bit, but you can usually get it pretty close.
Be careful.
Alright, I'm having a little trouble dialing in our flow rate here. Let's see.
My name is Greg. I'm from Boulder, Colorado. I am KBCF.
Alright, so there, we're getting her pretty close. So that's going to be close enough to make it work. And you can see how this number is adjusting to a real-time value. So if we're dispensing 375 milliliters per minute or 370 milliliters per minute, then what it's going to do is it's actually going to adjust this so that we finish the brew time in 5 hours. So that's how the auto screen works. Alright, we have two buttons over here. One is an auto stop, and this is just turning. So right now it's telling me that when we hit 115 liters that the auto stop is going to engage, it's going to turn the water off. And I can just turn that feature off is all that's doing. And then this is an alarm that also sounds, and I'm just going to turn that feature off. If I turn them on, then when we hit 115 liters, then it's going to shut the unit off, and it's also going to sound an alarm. Okay, so that is the auto screen. Okay, so we'll stop. Okay, you can hear it turned off the auto shut off, and we'll go back to the main screen.